Welcome to Action Between Cuts, a channel where we discuss ABCs of storytelling through film analysis and breakdowns. In this video, we will be analyzing Kantara, set in a rural village in coastal Karnataka, where the locals are deeply connected to ancient traditions and rituals, follows the conflict between the villagers, their ancestral land, and the forest department. Kantara's narrative centers around the native rights and the friction with the governmental authority. Another major conflict here is the man versus nature conflict, highlighting the importance of preserving the natural world. Kantara explores the environmental degradation by humans, where on one end we see animal hunting and cutting of forest trees by Shiva and team. On the other end, we see how influential heads are trying to secure the land for their personal benefits. This conflict is not merely a backdrop but is deeply intertwined with the characters' identities and their cultural practices such as Bhutakola and Kambala. Among the different Daivas in Tulunadu, Kantara shows two of them, Panjurli and Guliga. Panjurli is a boar spirit worshipped to prevent the menace of wild boars in order to protect the crops. The legend says when a wild boar tried to destroy Lord Shiva's garden, it was banished to earth and tasked with protecting the people of earth. Guliga is a goblin and has extreme hunger which never ends. The legend says when Lord Shiva tossed some ash into the water, it formed into a hard stone giving birth to Guliga. Lord Shiva then sent Guliga to serve Lord Vishnu. Later, looking at Guliga's extreme violent nature, Lord Vishnu was annoyed and banished him to earth, tasked with protecting the people of earth. Symbolism refers to the use of symbols like objects, colors, sounds or characters that stand for larger ideas or themes beyond their literal meaning. The screenplay of Kantara is rich in symbolism with numerous allegorical elements that contribute to its thematic depth. The land in Kantara represents cultural heritage, divine favor and the spiritual bond between the community and the nature. It is also a commodity which sparks the conflict over ownership and exploitation. The land serves as a battleground for both material and spiritual stakes. The recurring figure of Panjurli, represented through the deity's medium in the form of a performer embodying the spirit, becomes a powerful symbol of ancestral authority. The deity's influence is felt throughout the narrative, guiding the characters and giving the story a spiritual resonance that transcends its material concerns. This divinity is not merely supernatural but is embedded in the cultural identity of the people. The forest itself becomes a living entity in the screenplay, symbolizing both the untamed wildness of nature and the custodial responsibility of the community towards it. The forest is the backdrop for the spiritual trials that Shiva faces, and it becomes a space of both refuge and confrontation. Motifs refer to recurring elements that hold specific meaning and are used to enhance the narrative to convey deeper emotional or thematic significance. In Kantara, the reference to boar in different ways are the motifs indicating Shiva's connection to the tradition and rituals. Be it Shiva's mother opposing him to hunt boars or the vision he has of an ornamented boar, Shiva is constantly made to realize his identity and his divine connection. Chekhov's gun is a dramatic principle which states that every element introduced in a story should be relevant and have a purpose. In other words, if a gun is shown in the first act, then it should fire in the third act. In Kantara, we see the king surrender his weapon in the beginning, and the same weapon is used in the climax by Guliga to kill Devendra Suttur. This film combines an engaging folktale with modern social commentary to narrate a spiritually driven story about the connection between humans and nature. That's it for this video. In the next video, we will be analyzing. Until then, take care and keep watching movies.